In this episode, we visit with a buddy of mine who owns a tiki bar in a Danish village in the central coast of California. Let's go. I would love to welcome onto the show my buddy, Michael Kopp. Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
Welcome on to the Breezeway Cocktail Hour.
Pleasure to be here.
One of the main reasons why you're here is because we have to come up with a cocktail for New Year's Eve because my band, the Hula Girls, is playing your bar.
Finally.
For years and years, you've gone, come on, dude, come up to my place. We don't tour, so, you know.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people to get in a van yeah.
It is. It's a real pain in the ass. But I'm super excited about New Year's Eve this year, especially in Solvang. Tell me about Solvang.
It's a little Danish village, 5,000 people, windmills, one right across the street from us. A lot of pastries, a lot of little cookies. It's an interesting town. They roll up the streets at 5 o'clock generally.
Stores with knickknacks.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so you guys are kind of the anomaly of that whole area, right?
We are. We're the rebel in town. We're the hated ones.
They don't like you there.
No, but everybody else does.
Yeah, we were talking just before, and he's like, the visitors from LA love the burlesque shows you put on, the live music. You said, 15 years of live music every weekend?
Yeah, every weekend without fail.
Amazing. And on New Year's Eve, the Hula Girls will be performing there. Is there burlesque that night too, or?
You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
But in the marketing collateral, you said that we're going to be featuring a cocktail from the Breezeway.
Yes.
And then I went, oh no.
I gotta do some work.
Yeah. And also the interesting thing about your bar is that it's a Soju bar, right?
We started off doing wine-based tiki cocktails.
Okay.
We do use a couple different products. They're liquor alternatives. Sabe, which is a 60-40 blend.
Okay.
And we use Soju,
Okay.
which actually works really well.
We were playing around with things earlier, and I think we have come up with some incredible tasting stuff.
It's challenging. I think
It is challenging.
Spike found out. He probably already knew. And
Soju is a very overpowering flavor. And especially when you want to get the APV up to like a normal cocktail,
Right.
you have to use more of it. So then you're kind of fighting against this very present flavor.
We're mixologists, so that's what we do.
We are.
Are we?
I don't know. Are we not men?
No, we're really into providing something that the rest of the town isn't. I mean, we do wine tastings, we do all kinds of cool stuff there, but we want to have fun. We want people to have fun. We want them to have a memorable experience. We want them to get a true tiki experience, escapism. I worked for Disney for a bunch of years, as you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did work as a bartender at the illustrious and elusive Club 33.
Yep, people love to talk about that.
What's the 33?
It's the address. So
Okay.
to have a liquor license, you need to have an address. So that's where that came from.
Oh, okay.
So it was the only place at that time that had liquor in the park.
So it's not an Illuminati thing?
No, it's not. No.
The highest degree of...
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't know. I heard that from somebody once, and I was like, oh, I like that.
I don't know. Let's ask McBiff. What does he know?
Oh, McBiff. Maybe, but McBiff might be in the Illuminati also.
Well, I think he is. So that's why. Yeah.
He is for
He
sure.
probably won't tell us. Yeah.
And also, along with Club 33, you do have a pedigree in wine.
In the early days of when the wine was starting to really pick up at the parks with a lot of fine dining restaurants coming on board, I was fortunate enough to get my own wine list. Basically, my boss at the time said, it's your list. And we kind of went away from the traditional French and brought in a lot of California wines. When Disney California Adventure opened and Golden Vine Winery was opened by Robert Mondavi, they pulled out about 6 months in, and then they asked me to go over and diversify the wine list. So it was a dream job for somebody who's into wine.
Yeah,
So I got to go to all these areas of California and bring the best of what's out there back to Disney.
And you are a sommelier, right?
I am.
Did you say that?
I am.
Did you say that?
I did not say that.
Oh, allow me to say that for you. And then also at your bar, the Highroller Tiki Lounge, which I don't know if we mentioned the name yet, you do utilize wine in a lot of the cocktails.
We do. We are in wine country. We're celebrating that. So we've both been in the rockabilly genre for a long time.
Yeah.
So rockabilly is usually a younger crowd.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. That's true. But it used to be. The tiki crowd, the tiki files tend to be a little older with expendable income.
Right.
They also like the finer things in life, like fine rums and also fine wine.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of wine lovers, and we're putting them two together at times, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, totally. I had always heard about your cocktails there and how, people were like, yeah, but they don't have rum and it's not what I expected or whatever. But in mixing the cocktails tonight, I was pleasantly surprised.
Came up with some good ones.
Yeah, we did. So we're gonna make 2 cocktails tonight. We're gonna try and zip through the recipes so that we can get to 2 of them. And for these cocktails, we will be using passion fruit syrup, honey syrup, grenadine, Angostura bitters, falernum, lime, lemon, orange. Where's the white grapefruit? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, hold on. Here you go.
All right.
And white grapefruit. I had to go pick it. Now, the way that this is going to be different than most normal episodes is we have 2 ingredients that we have never used before. So tell me about this.
So essentially it's Korean vodka. That's what they call it. So soju. It's the base for, we have vodka, gin, tequila, rum, and whiskey. So they're flavored to mimic the flavors you'd find in those drinks. This is the rum version.
It's got like a chick holding like a fox head or something.
Yeah.
Something weird.
Kamiho is the...
The girl?
No, the
Fox?
the brand.
Oh, the brand. Okay. Yeah, this is super interesting. And I was like, I definitely want to smell it. It's got an interesting sweet bouquet. As a sommelier, how would you describe that?
It smells that unlike some rums out there. And I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of floral. So then tell me about this wine.
So this is a red dessert wine, port style. This happens to be a label that Miss Fluff allowed us to use her art on. So it's a fortified wine. It's sweet as well. However, in the recipe that we're going to be doing, we're using it to take the place of, say, grenadine or something like that. And we wanted to introduce some wine into the whole equation.
The wine will help to
drink.
tell the story of the bar. Yeah, yeah, totally. And also you have your own wine label, right?
Right.
What was it called?
Sort This Out Cellars.
Catchy.
Yeah. Well, now you know why we changed the name.
Oh, did you change it?
Well, now it's Highroller Tiki Lounge.
Oh.
I mean, the storefront used to be Sort This Out Cellars.
Oh, okay.
And everybody would say, hey, I went to your place, sorted out cellars,
Yeah.
and sort out this. And
What was the idea behind that?
my buddy and I who created it, we never imagined having a tasting room or winery for that matter. We were running a winery for some people up in San Ynez, and they gave us some grapes to play around with. So we started making wine. It all goes back to the movie Swingers with Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn.
Oh.
It's basically a couple guys sitting around in an office that they rented for a couple $100 a month.
Yeah.
An adult clubhouse. And we were like, oh, it'd be cool if we did this. It'd be funny if we did that. So Sort This Out comes from, there was a follow-up to Swingers. I don't know if you ever saw Made.
There was a follow-up to Swingers?
Yeah, kinda. It wasn't a sequel per se, but it's called Made, came out a few years later. Same 2 guys, but no, different characters, but there's a lot of references back to Swingers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like these bumbling idiot mob guys.
We were sitting at Frankie's one time. We were talking about how important Swingers was to our formation into like rockabilly or the retro kind of scene.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've been playing Swingers on our flat screen at the bar for 17 years, every single day, nonstop.
It's a great movie. It's a great story. As a filmmaker, I guess, a video guy now, I guess I watch that and I go, dude, half the movie's out of focus. Yeah. The shots
It was
are
guerrilla footage. They didn't get permits for anything.
I know, it's amazing though. I guess I didn't notice that when I was younger. I was just like, yeah, it's
Just watching something funny. Yeah. So anyways, it was just a line in the movie that came out, and we had to throw something down on some paperwork, some legal paperwork, and we were like, oh, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out later. Ha ha ha.
Oh.
And it just stayed when we actually became a real business.
So I guess you finally sorted it out.
Yeah.
Highroller Tiki Lounge.
Yep.
Highroller Tiki Lounge. I had to say it twice. So the first cocktail that we're gonna make is a cocktail that we are calling the Breezeway Honey. You have the recipe?
1 ounce of lemon.
Okay, why don't you grab that lemon over there? And if you wanna go ahead and cut that in half right here. Oh, you're one of those. You do the ends.
Of course.
And what does that do?
It makes it look nice, in case you want to put it back in the drink or something. You know.
Oh, it just makes it look nice?
Yeah, you gotta, everything's aesthetics, come on.
It is. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze that real quick. Oh my God, that's a tough lemon. Underripe, maybe?
Maybe it's the ends coming off, I don't know.
Oh, that's the problem.
Screwed it up.
Yeah, you ruined it. Okay, so 1 ounce of lemon juice.
3/4 ounce of honey syrup.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, I believe passion fruit syrup, right?
That's right. 1/4 ounce.
Now we get into the soju.
So we're gonna use 3 ounces. So normally a shot is 1.5 ounces. We do 2, so you get the full effect of the alcohol.
Cocktails usually have like 2 ounces of spirit, unless you start getting into rum barrels or zombies or whatever. But with this, you use 3 to jump up to that 2, right? Essentially. So that's the cocktail. Simple and delicious. We're gonna do those here. So this is, what's going on here? This is the Highroller Tiki Lounge Mai Tai glass?
Yeah, so Buddy Holiday, he's a tattoo artist out in Vegas, a friend of mine.
Okay.
He owns Downtown Tattoo. He just threw together some cool art for us, and we did a Mai Tai glass, and we have a couple other things going on now with his artwork as well.
Do you have these for sale on your website?
We do.
Oh, so if you're interested in a Mai Tai glass from the Highroller Tiki Lounge, you can do that. And then the other one is the first ever Breezeway cocktail glass that I ever did that is not currently for sale. You want to shake it?
I'm worn out from you. I worked 12 hours as a bartender yesterday. Give me a break.
Yeah.
My wrists are killing me. Here. It's your shaker.
It is, I know. There's a trick.
There you go.
And that is the Breezeway Honey. We're gonna go ahead and use a bunch of mint because we don't skimp the mint on this show. So we only made one, and I think we should probably both have one. So real quickly, I'm gonna make another one. You get tired doing that? Yeah, it's easier to uncork a wine bottle.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Look at that.
Like a roulette wheel?
It's a roulette wheel. Yeah. Based on a Tiki Tony design.
Oh, our
Yeah.
friend Tiki Tony.
That's right.
I hope to get him on the show someday. I know he watched the show and we've been buddies for a long time, but you know, sometimes it's tough to get people over.
It's tough.
Okay, dude.
And this one's a little pinup girl.
Oh,
You're not familiar with those, are you? Pinup girls?
my God. And so from the Highroller Tiki Lounge via the Breezeway, this is the Breezeway Honey.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude. Happy to have you here.
Static.
Oh, ecstatic? Thanks.
Yes. Forgot we got the little straw. Oh yeah.
It's really good.
It's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of sweetness from the soju. The honey takes it to the kind of this honey place.
Yeah.
Is that proper sommelier conversation?
There you
I
go.
don't know what I'm saying. You get just a little bit of the passion fruit syrup kind of on the back end there.
But the citrus really helps balance it out.
And I think the lemon is really complementary to the soju.
I love lemon and passion fruit together.
Totally.
They balance each other out.
I love this drink. If you're gonna do New Year's Eve with the Hula Girls, order the Breezeway Honey.
Yeah. And who isn't? I mean, the tickets are selling like crazy so far.
Yeah, come see the windmills. Okay, so we gotta make the other cocktail. We can sip on these as we're making the next one.
Yeah.
We didn't come up with a name for this one.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
What do we want to do for a name? Want to ask the audience? Leave a message in the comments below what you want to name this next cocktail that we're going to make. How's that?
There you go.
Let the people vote on it. The ingredients are orange, grapefruit, lime,
Falernum. A little bit of the dessert wine.
dessert wine, and a Breezeway cocktail.
First time ever.
Yes, that's the first time
for it.
ever. Yeah.
Polynesian bitters.
Oh, Polynesian bitters. Okay. Tonight we're going to use Angostura bitters.
But I have a little product that we use, Polynesian bitters.
Okay.
It's called Pineapple Kiss. It's got a little
Pineapple kiss.
tiki bitters. The rum, white grapefruit. Took off your tree right over there.
Yeah, well, off of the neighbor's tree, to be honest.
Oh, shoot.
It hangs over the fence, and I'm like, well, that's what you get. We're gonna make two cocktails this time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Again with the front and the back there? I mean, it is nice that it stands up like that.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to do it that way. I can't believe you don't. You just garbage, just whatever.
Garbage?
No.
My word.
It's garbage.
3/4 per cocktail, which means 1.5 ounces for two. Do you squeeze your own orange juice there too, or just?
We do, yeah.
You do, really? Wow.
We try to do as much fresh ingredients as we can.
Yeah. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world.
It does.
It really does.
So yeah, almost every single drink gets a squeeze of lime.
Oh, squeeze to order. Like you don't squeeze.
We
ahead
squeeze
of
it to
time.
order. No.
Wow.
We have a lot of challenges at my bar. So
Yeah.
we have to put a little bit of a show on and show people that we are using fresh ingredients
Totally.
and actually making drinks, and they're not batched or anything like that.
And also, you said kind of like educate people on the cocktails.
Sure. And the history and,
Yeah.
and you know, the Mai Tai comes up a lot. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
And that's been a frustration of sorts. We've had to create a traveler's tie to combat the people that say that their Mai Tai is a mojito.
Right.
They're confused.
They're like, why is there mint in this?
Yeah. That's not pineapple juice and grenadine
Yeah.
like they had on their cruise ship.
Speaking of cruise ships, if you haven't already bought tickets to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Cruise, we are leaving port in October of next year. We're leaving out of Miami. We're going to Assotico for a night. Have you been to Assotico?
No.
Assotico's rad.
I was born in Miami, though. True story.
There you go. And then we're going to go south down to Fort Lauderdale to the newly refurbished Mai Kai.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going back to Miami. And then we're going to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands.
Wow.
And Cozumel, a couple other places. So if you want to join us, we're going to have some celebrities on board, people that you know from the cocktail show. Ed Hamilton.
Wow.
So if you haven't already bought tickets to that, buy tickets. Dude, it's going to be fun. It's basically hanging out with me for a week on a boat. Okay, let's get on with the show here. Thank you for setting that up.
All right.
Even though you had no idea that you walked into
No idea.
a trap.
We're gonna do some lime on this. Everything's 3/4 ounce, right?
Yes. Man,
Exactly.
all of that.
Sorry, I know. It's just habit.
Doesn't that
How many
take
limes?
forever?
Yeah. Well, a lot of our cocktails, we put the spent lime through the thing in there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's part of our garnish for a lot of them.
Oh, so then that looks much better then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there is a rhyme,
yeah.
a reason.
There is a lime to the reason.
That's funny.
It's okay.
You got the lime attachment on there, I see.
I do, yeah. I don't use this one that often, but sometimes it works great. You know, I do want to say something that cutting the ends off of limes seems to make them squeeze easier because you're not compressing all that space, I guess.
All right. We're good.
Dude, I have knocked over a full drink before on the show, and I just go, oh. Actually, these will be great for garnishes.
There you go.
There you go. And the last thing is white grapefruit. You probably need to, quarter it. You don't deal in fresh grapefruit though, huh?
No, I wish.
Wish you had a neighbor that had a tree hanging over into the bar.
That comes in handy.
Yeah.
No, I know there's a big hunt for fresh white grapefruit all the time. And
It's not easy to find,
No.
yeah. There's a Mexican market that just opened in Costa Mesa here, and they do have white grapefruit like all the time, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the difference between pink grapefruit and white grapefruit as far as on your palate?
I think it's a tartness thing.
Yeah.
Pink grapefruit are a little sweeter, maybe?
Especially when people pour sugar all over it at their breakfast
Yeah,
table.
totally.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we'll do a grapefruit taste off.
You know why I stopped making navy grogs at my bar?
Why?
Because I've found that most people, I'm talking about the general population, not tiki files, most people do not like grapefruit juice. It's bitter.
Yeah, it's bitter.
I think people often order drinks according to names. Mm-hmm. So like a Pirate's Plank, oh, I want that. Oh, Blonde Bombshell, I'm gonna get that, especially if I'm a blonde woman at the bar and I've got to get that drink. I think they order Navy Grog because it sounds cool and
And then they taste it and they go, ooh.
Yeah, and then they go, oh, it's bitter. Yeah, have you ever had grapefruit juice before, right?
Yeah.
I just really got tired of it. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, we do it on special occasions. I have some regulars that come in and we'll do it for them. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a little rough.
Did it work well with the soju?
You know, I started making it with white wine at first. And
White wine Navy grog.
right?
There are too many stereotypes about the Navy to make jokes about that with white wine.
I was in
and my
the
dad
Navy.
was
I was in the Navy.
So
I
was
was
my
in the
dad. I
Navy.
know. This is a submariner's crest.
Very cool.
Yeah. My dad was on a submarine, the SS Kamehameha.
Oh, no way.
So, no offense, Navy people. I'm with you. It's a joke. Were you on a carrier or
I was on a fast frigate, USS George Phillip, a few years, stationed in Long Beach when Long Beach had a base.
Okay.
And then I was in a mobile inshore undersea warfare unit, MU 105. It's like a special forces unit. So
Wow.
I was a navigator. So we worked with the Navy SEALs and we did port security basically. Instead of telling the captain where to steer the ship, I would tell the captain, commander, what was going on in the port area, if there were submarines, or
I see.
or where the SEALs were, things like that. You know, I had a first-class petty officer that showed me the satellite that we were actually navigating off of. You can
Really?
see it moving across, and you can see the navigation doing. Yeah, it's
Amazing.
interesting.
Yeah.
And then the sextant taught me how to do that a little bit.
Really?
I
You could
don't-
use the thing?
No, not anymore, but I did for a minute. Yeah.
It's all right. We don't need to navigate anywhere right now.
Nope.
It's just a booze town, USA. What's the next thing?
Bitters.
Okay. Is there a technique that you employ with bitters?
Every time I'm
just-
training a bartender,
Yeah.
every single time, this is what they do.
Totally.
And I have to tell them, like, be aggressive with it. Just do it. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
You have to. It doesn't come out right.
No, totally. But if you
right
don't know, you
measurement.
don't know. It's like, how would you?
Yeah.
You know? How much falernum were we doing?
Yeah. We're doing 3/4 ounce, I believe.
No, I think we bumped it up to a full ounce.
We booked. Yes,
Yeah.
we did. You're right.
And I know that sounds like a lot of falernum, but when you're combating the flavors of the soju, we found that falernum, you kind of need a little more in order to push back on it. Trust me on the ounce of falernum. I'm sure people in the internet land right now are going, dude, an ounce of falernum? That's a ton. I know.
It's our drink. We can do what we want.
Yeah, get off me. Stop hassling me, Jarrett Richard.
Just come and drink it.
Garrett Richard? Yeah. I just said Jarrett. Sorry, Garrett. So how much rum
3 ounces.
per cocktail?
Yes.
Oh, wait. You did 2 dashes of bitters. Is it 2 dashes per cocktail or 2 dashes for 2? It should be 2 per cocktail, probably.
Yeah.
So you should probably do 2 more dashes. Whew, close one. We narrowly averted disaster.
Yep.
Good thing we were using the sextant.
So we need 6 ounces. So we're gonna do 2, 3 times. Let's do that. Wow, we went through this whole bottle of rum pretty much.
Is that why I'm feeling so loose right now? I'm like,
All right.
oh, also, we only did 1 serving of falernum.
Falernum.
Okay, so another ounce of that. This is almost too much to shake.
Yeah, that's another tricky thing sometimes, especially when you use wine. Because when we use wine, it's 6 ounces of wine.
Oh,
Wrap your head around that one.
wow,
Yeah.
really?
So yeah, there's a lot of finagling.
And now we're adding in the wine.
Dessert wine, port wine, whatever you want to call it. 3/4 ounce per cocktail. So we need 1.5 ounces.
Yep. Very good. And with that, that is the unnamed mystery cocktail that you guys in the comments below are going to tell us what the name of this thing is.
So remember, we got all the fruits: orange, white grapefruit, lime, falernum bitters,
Soju
or
rum, yeah.
and a little port wine.
A little port wine. If somebody lists a name that you like, hit the like button on that post, and then we can see who has the most likes per name. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Hopefully it's not something like Snarf Snarf O'Banion or
That's the one now.
it's not, dude, don't name it that. Not Snarf Snarf. Please. What do we do next?
That should be fun though. I'm interested to see the.
Yeah, I'm interested too. Okay, we're gonna throw some ice into a tin. Not too much ice because we have found ourselves in a predicament here.
That's right.
Oh man.
Just.
Oh.
Ooh. I think you got it.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Just gonna give it a quick shake.
I like your shaking technique. Who taught you that?
Kelly Merrill.
I knew it was Kelly. I knew you were gonna say Kelly. That's funny.
Whew. Yeah, he always said horizontal. That's the trick, I guess.
Kelly was our first unofficial official guest at Highroller Tiki Lounge when we moved and rebranded, renamed, relocated during the pandemic. He was knocking on the window, and I was just getting our spirits together and everything, and beers. And I didn't recognize him because he had a beard he grew over a pandemic.
Yeah,
I was like, I
looked
don't
like
know
a homeless
I don't know what's
college
going on.
professor.
And he took it down and said, "It's me."
Yeah.
And I came in and had a drink, illegal drink.
What are the glasses that we're going to be pouring this into now?
So we have this really cool, it's called a cooler glass, actually.
Okay.
Artwork by a few different friends of mine. Robert John Cly, he's a photographer out of Vegas, among other things, a musician. He's in the Hypnotiques and such.
Oh, okay.
And another buddy of mine, Mike Martin, he did this tiki Lano, I guess you can call it, Lano. Tiki. So blacked out glass that I actually saw. I own a set, McBiff did. Some Vegas ones, and I really like the Vegas ones.
Yeah, you don't see the black glasses that often. Very cool.
And that's kind of our theme and all that too, so I had to get it.
And then over here,
This is our Slots So Fun Tiki mug. This is the second edition that just came out, which features cherries. The original had pineapples on them. Same glaze, Tiki Farm.
I'm
Love
sorry.
Tiki Farm.
Who did you say?
I said Tiki Farm. Have you heard of them? Holden?
And of course, Tiki Farm is the sponsor of this show. We want to thank Tiki Farm. And if you guys are looking for some fun stuff to buy, can you get that on the website?
You can.
Buy that from them. Also, check out tikifarm.com for all of your tiki mug needs, like brand new stuff all the time. And it's a rad mug. I really love the combination of matte glazes with this like super high gloss gold.
Love it.
And decals, like it's got all the things.
I like how it feels. It's
Yeah,
like
totally.
soft, but it's matte, but it's,
Yeah.
it's got all going on. They did a good job with it.
Pour this into here.
I'm gonna sip this while you're pouring that.
Okay, so this is a pink drink. You can see as we pour it, it is very pink. I don't know, maybe you can use that in the naming that you come up with. Maybe not, I don't know.
It'll be served in a clear zombie glass.
At New Year's Eve. But for here, I just really wanted to drink out of this slot machine.
You do. Also based on a Tiki Tony design. So he did our what we use for our t-shirts and some other logo stuff. I asked him if he could do something. He said, I don't know anything about gambling.
What?
I
Really?
said, all right, well, I don't know. He goes, well, yeah, what do I do? And
Wait,
I
have you
said,
never seen a slot machine before in your life? Tiki Tony?
Tony's busy. He's getting logs that washed up on the shore. And so, come on. I said, I don't know, some wood grain roulette wheels and things. Literally about 15 minutes later, he goes, how about this? And it's perfect,
Yeah.
So we've used some of that for these art.
Okay, cool.
Swizzle sticks.
So
We usually put that in there.
And usually I would fill this all the way to the top with ice, but it's like, dude, we're, let's get on with it.
Yep.
Okay, more mint maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think every cocktail serves itself well to have some mint in it.
Most do.
Yeah. At least tiki cocktails. Okay.
So this one we can do this little thing here.
Oh, all right.
This is a paddle, so it's not going to get stuck through there, but
Yeah. What was I doing? Oh, mint. Okay.
so whoever comes up with the name for the drink that we're satisfied with,
Yeah.
we get to judge it still, right? Just because it's the most likes, do we really have to go with it?
I think it's the law of YouTube. Yeah.
All right,
I think
all
we
right.
do.
Well, whoever does, we'll send them one of these
Oh, really?
slot machines there.
Oh, okay. A little added incentive. And so, from Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour in the Highroller Tiki Lounge, this is, you got to figure out a name for it. Cheers,
Time's a ticking.
Michael Cobb. I'm excited to taste this again.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Oh, I don't have a straw. Oh, here.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's really good. Well, definitely the falernum.
Bumping up the falernum helped.
Yeah, totally.
They're both really fresh drinks, refreshing, but different in their
Yeah.
own different ways.
No, you're right. It is very refreshing. I think the soju probably has a tendency to push it towards that kind of like light citrus kind of flavor.
I don't know. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of a Jungle Bird.
Oh, yeah, it kind of does. It's like the wine is almost serving as Campari,
Campari,
a little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love this mug. You're right. In your hand, there's something about it that's like very substantial.
Tank did the mold.
Hank is a good buddy of mine now.
There you go.
We hang out at Tiki Farm together. He is the art director there. And then you have all kinds of other merch online, right?
We do.
You have
a lot of
tees and stuff?
t-shirts and
Yeah.
all kinds of, a lot of merch. Yeah.
So support Michael and the Highroller Tiki Lounge by going to highrollertikilounge.com.
Highrollertiki.com.
highrollertiki.com.
That's right.
And if people want to follow you on Instagram,
Highroller Tiki Lounge, and then Michael Cobb. You can follow me personally. I have another company. You want to talk about that?
yeah, what's the other company?
Betty Page Rum.
Oh yeah, Betty Page Rum.
So yeah, matter of fact, right after this, I'm driving to Vegas because I'm doing my monthly Tiki Teaserama at the Golden Tiki, featuring burlesque and live music. We have JP McDermott playing.
You also just were awarded with a Shrunken Head.
I joined the
Shrunken Head Club.
the Shrunken Head Club.
You, me, McBiff, Bob Gurr,
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
quite an honor. On my night, we actually honored Betty Page with a Shrunken Head as well, which I accepted on her behalf and in CMG Inc.'s behalf. And then I was surprised and honored with a Shrunken Head as well. So for my contribution to the rockabilly and pinup world and tiki world.
I think what we should do with the Betty Page Rum thing is I think that maybe one of these days we either go to the Golden Tiki or we go to your bar and we make something specifically with Betty Page Rum.
Yeah.
Where can people get Betty Page Rum though?
If you go to bettypagerum.com, you can find some places. Good
Okay.
luck. If you come to Solvang, there's quite a few places.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can't sell it at my bar, unfortunately. We do have some liquor stores and markets in town. Liquorama.net.
Okay.
They ship it, so you can ship it around the country.
It's a spiced rum.
It is based loosely on Sailor Jerry's recipe, I guess you could say.
Okay.
It's our own formula. It's our own recipe. I believe it's a lot better. It's more handcrafted, small batch, but it has those same flavors. And I know there's a little bit of a pushback for spiced rum in tiki world.
Sure, yeah.
A little bit, but it makes a hell of a painkiller. Sorry, pussers.
That's
It
what I was
just,
going to say too. I love Kraken for painkillers.
But we call it a Killer Betty. And you can ask for it at Frankie's Tiki Lounge. You can ask for it at Golden Tiki. They'll pour you one.
Okay.
But the Golden Tiki has a whole selection of drinks on our night, on those Tuesdays. And on the menu regularly, they have the Black Betty, which is a really unique drink that Adam Raines came up with.
Oh, cool. Well, I look forward to exploring more about your Betty Page rum and also like diving into the history of Betty Page and her whole story, because it's pretty fascinating. And she had some tangential ties into tiki also. I think we'll explore that one day, hopefully soon. Folks, send us the name for this cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm super curious to see what you guys come up with. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It could be wildly embarrassing to me, to you, to society.
Wildly embarrassing.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Have fun with it.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Folks, if you've enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and if you don't hit that subscribe button,
You're out of a job?